So you're how long have you been here? First off, in Salisbury after coming up from Florida.
Got here Sunday. Sunday, started driving up on Saturday. Split the drive up into two. Drove 11 hours one day and then about 5 the next.
Were you driving by yourself?
I actually got to follow Kobe Mayo and Jacob Teeter, so it was a nice little trip. We kept formation the whole time on the way up here. Didn't let anyone get in between us.
Had you driven up the coast like that before?
Not the East Coast. I've driven kind of down like the Southern Gulf, going from Texas or Houston to Florida. But no, that was a different trip for me, actually. Drove right up on 95, I guess. That was the road.
Have you been to this area before, the kind of Delmarva Peninsula at all?
No, I haven't. I guess the only time I really have been up here is whenever I came up to Baltimore for, the workout, signing, and then, got to come back out for the game. So that was kind of the only time I've been up in this area specifically. But, I really like it. It seems like a pretty fun town, and I'm really excited to see what happens.
The results were really good for you in Florida. What was clicking? What was it like?
Yeah, I was just trying to mainly get timing. The first game it was mainly like I haven't seen a pitch in like 2 months or so didn't really know what to expect. But I think right whenever it's like riding a bike, I guess you could say. But once you got the first couple ABs in, it just started rolling.
What's the excitement level when you're finally in pro ball and now some hits are coming? You got some numbers you can really like as well.
Yeah, it's really exciting because the team. It's mainly excited for the team as well. That they believe in you, they take a chance on you, and then they're just going to see how you go out and play, and that's really exciting, especially for the fans and and me as well.
Being a high pick, you're always a marked man. You're never not that. Anywhere you go, what will help you deal with whatever expectations and pressures come with that?
Yeah, just not worry too much about what's going on externally. Worry about the now and not the future, taking it one step at a time. And I think that's something I've done my whole life, and I think that's something I'm going to continue to do. Because it's what's got me here. So that's what I'm going to do.
How do you feel in the outfield down in Florida?
Felt good. The sun I felt like was a little bit. I don't know what the UV was down there, but it. I felt like my neck was burned a little bit, but it was good. Getting to run around out there. It was nice having, I guess you could say, we had 3 center fielders pretty much patrolling out there, so it felt like we could cover pretty much everything.
What has the process been? Were you guys on the same team, or were you spread out? The guys that are here now, were a lot of you playing together in Florida, or there are 2 teams there?
Yeah, so I think a couple of people on different schedules when it came to get going. I think there was 3 of us that got to start a game early, but then the team really ended up. It was a lot of the whole draft class that was playing together, so it was fun to really get to know everyone and then get to start playing with them.
So, like in terms of building chemistry here, some of that's happened already?
Oh, absolutely. We're always giving each other a hard time already, and I think that's something that, baseball clubhouses bring. They bring different friendships, and that's something that I'm really looking forward to as well, as long as these other guys are too.
Yesterday the Orioles were named, the number 2 farm by Baseball America, which I think is a real source of pride in Birdland. Being new to it, does that hit you guys a little bit too?
It's definitely it just brings an excitement around the club and around the organization, I think, and that's something that I think each one of these guys in this new draft class and that are getting to move up, gives us something to look forward to, and it gives everyone. I just said it, but a sense of excitement. It gets, so there's some chatter around, and we can feel it going around in each clubhouse we've been to. So I think that's kind of what it's also nice to be recognized like that as well as an organization.
Hitting wise, how are they coaching you right now? Sometimes you hear a player comes out of the draft, they kind of let them go. They want to let you play the way you play and see what the scout saw, as they say. Is that process happening now, or are there some tinkering and tweaks and things they like for you in the future already happening?
Yeah, they I came in, we started to do some actually last week we hopped on some technology and stuff like that, and they broke down different there's some holes here and there, and they presented me with ways to improve that, and I think that's really cool. But from the start, I guess in the game they've kind of just let me be me, and so that's been really nice. And whenever we will get into an off season, I think that's whenever it's time to start, tinkering with some of those things that, they've found with certain technologies I've never used.
Was that surprising to you or new to you, some of the things they presented?
No, well, I guess it's surprising how much technology that that it is presented and that is at the hands of the player. I think that's really cool, and but the results, I guess you could say. I mean, I wasn't really surprised by them just because I never used any of the stuff like that.
Right. Do you feel like it will eventually help you, or are you still trying to sort it all out yourself a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I think that I definitely think it'll help me in the future, and really be able to use my body as a whole and be able to use it from the ground up. And I think that's something that I'm looking forward to be able to work on in the off season.
Velocity-wise, what were you seeing in Florida?
I've heard that the jump to here, the velocity will be a little bit down. I guess you could say, Florida. There's a lot of young guys out there that throw really hard, and they're not very polished right now. So they're trying to figure out command and things like that. So I guess coming up here, I'm expecting a little bit more command and more pitch ability, I guess you could say, than there was in Florida.
Interesting. So you met the velocity. You may have already seen what you're going to see, but here there'll be maybe a more refined, complete picture.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard, and so I'm really excited for that challenge. Coming from Florida, I felt like I was ready to come up here, and now we're here. So now let's see what happens tonight.
What was your perception of the Orioles when the night they drafted you, and what is it now, weeks later?
Yeah, I wasn't. I guess my perception was I didn't really know what to expect. I know it's a great organization with lots of history, and they've kind of gone through a couple rough patches lately, but I know the farm system is loaded right now, and with a lot of great players, and they have a great philosophy right now on the farm. So now now that I've gone through all that, I'm really excited and looking forward to what the future holds with this organization.
You've already felt that excitement. It's kind of strange because the big league team is struggling so badly, and yet there's so much excitement on the farm. So you've felt that already.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of chatter among the clubhouse and a lot of the managers, throughout I guess down in Florida, a lot of the coaches down there, and it's just really exciting how they present one thing, down to us right when we get there, and then you see it, developing at each level, single A, double A, triple A, all those things. You see it being developed, so it's really cool.